We're talking basketball this morning with Sylacauga head coach Will Copeland. And what a crazy week it's been, Coach. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. We had a youth camp this week, grades 1st through 5th incoming next year, and had 19 turnout for our camp, which is the high. It's not that great of a number, but it's the best we've ever had. Mm-hmm. So we're pleased and had some kids that really worked hard this week.
What do you try to do in a camp like that with young kids?
Get them to have fun and enjoy the game and teach them some skills and tell them. I think I told them one time this week, it don't matter what game you're playing, if you don't have any skills, it's tough to play and it's tough to have fun. You're going to get frustrated if you don't know what you're doing. So that's what we try to do, is teach them some basics and so they can be able to play.
You even teach them a little bit of the logistics of how you come out of a locker room and all that kind of stuff, just little things.
Yeah, so we were working on that because tonight we have an alumni game and they're going to perform and get to go out there and show some skills and get to play some. And so we wanted to make it organized, and that's when we was working on that. So
the alumni game is tonight over at the arena, and who is this for?
It's when I moved here, I realized that there was a lot of pride in this community for basketball, and a lot of guys who were part of it and did some things and played here and played some great coaches and played for each other and really we're very proud to be part of the Sylacauga community. So it's for everybody who played here, graduated from here, ended great with their basketball program. Men and women. Women's game starts tonight at 5:30. Men's game starts at 7 o'clock, so we're really looking forward to it. It's the first annual. I've never done it before, so just got to.
Now, is there a charge to get into the game?
There's $3 admission for anybody who comes in. 12 and under are free. Mm-hmm. So we're trying to make it where everybody can come in, bring their families, see who can still play and can't play.
How does it work as far as you play quarters, or
we're going to play probably quarters. We've invited a lot of people. We don't know exactly how many people's going to show up. Mm-hmm. So if we get the people that we expect to be there, we might have to play longer on quarters just to get everybody a chance to get in there and play.
I told somebody over at the arena yesterday morning, I said I could be the designated shooter.
we might have a few of those tonight. Yes, sir.
Oh, Coach Will Copeland, the Sylacauga Aggies state champions in Class 5A this past season. And when you start working with kids as young as 8 years old and they're just learning the game, but the zeal of those kids, I mean, if you could bottle that, you'd be well ahead of the game.
Yes, sir. They were very excited and happy to be there, and they were worried about basketball. They also worried about where their Gatorade is and what time it is and when are we going to get to play. So there's a lot of questions and things you're going to hear from kids that age, but you want them to enjoy it and you don't want to scold them, and you want them to have a good time.
Who helped you with this?
Coach Hollingquist, one of our coaches, and we had players, Caden Lunsford, Max Jackson, Caden Foreman. We had a lot of players who came in and worked with these young men, Cruz Proctor, Cole Tankersley. There were some guys, they had driver's ed, but they were there some of the time.
And these little guys, they look up to these players just like, hey, man, I want to be like you.
They do. They were asking, some of them came in and were asking if some of our former players from last year were going to be there. Said, I heard he's going to be here. I said, no, he's graduated, not here. So they do. They look up. Some of the older kids don't realize how much these kids look up to them, and as an example.
Well, some of these ladies, and this was for boys and girls,
yes, sir.
The camp, and some of these ladies tonight on the alumni game, man, they've been some great players come through there.
There is, men and women. It's been great, and I'm excited to be able to do it. I'm nervous. I've done a lot of praying about it because I just don't want to leave anybody out. But I want to, like I said, when I moved here and realized the coaches and, I work with Coach Jones, Joel Jones, every day. And he's, he played here, he coached here, he worked at the school. He's been part of it. Coach Crawford, Derek Crawford, the girls coach. And so you want to, and when you hear the pride in the community, even though I'm not from here, you realize it and you're saying, I want to, make sure everybody can come out and be a part of it, because it's such a close-knit community of basketball.
Kind of grows on you a little bit, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It's
all right. Now the girls play the Alumni girls at 5:30.
Yes, sir.
And the men at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we have 2 teams. Coach Bobby Hall is going to coach one team, and then Coach Gerald Douglas is going to coach the other team. So we have
that'll be a heated rivalry right there.
It should be. Like I said, there's really looking forward to it. Yeah. A really positive event. So. And
the little guys will perform at halftime.
At halftime of the. They're going to perform at halftime of the men's game.
Okay.
And then in between games, basically the theme is remembering the past, which our alumni game, looking toward the future, which is the younger kids, and then honoring the present, which we're going to honor our state championship team of players and coaches, unveiling the picture that's going to hang in the school forever.
That's fantastic. Coach Will Copeland, the head basketball coach of Sylacauga Aggies. What is this summer play date deal? What is this about?
We in the summer, you get the State of Alabama High School Athletic Association gives you 3 weeks in June, and basketball and baseball get 3 weeks that you can play as many games as you want. And really, it's like you're getting a feel for what your program is, your players, your team, what you've got to work on.
Is it kind of like exhibition games?
It's exhibition games, and you play in the summer, and you can do it several ways. You can stay local, or you can go some places. We went to Auburn last week, and there were schools there from Missouri, Georgia, Florida. They were there from all over, and you just basically a chance to get away with your team, and you find basically what you need to work on, and who's going to play, and who's going to step up and maybe contribute for it. It also gives you a chance to see what you need to work on before the real season gets here in November.
Well, it costs money.
Yes, sir.
To travel and do these summer play dates. The month is just about over. Are you done with your play dates?
We're done. Okay. We got done. We hosted one to start out, and then we ended up going to Auburn on last Friday. So.
But you were also at Birmingham Southern,
yes,
several other venues as well.
We went to Hoover for a play date. We hosted Hoover Plainview, who won 3A last year in Opelika, and then we went to Hoover. We went one day to Mountain Brook, and then we went to Birmingham Southern and Auburn. So we went around, like I said, to give the kids some exposure. Last Friday, they got to play on Auburn's main floor. They got to meet the coaches. They got to see the players working out. They got to be on campus. They got to go to Birmingham Southern. So it's a good experience in the summer for the kids to be able to go out and not only play, but just compete and be around each other.
Are they excited to play basketball in the heat of the summer?
They like to play. The practice is a little tricky, but they do like to play, and we're not in good shape. I mean, we haven't done a lot of conditioning, but we're realizing now how important that is, because we were sucking some wind back a couple of weeks ago.
Looking back at the state championship team, how many players do you have coming back with experience from that team?
We have 5 guys that are coming back that played last year. And we got some guys that came in off the JV. We've got a couple of guys that didn't play last year that are coming back. But we lost 8 good seniors from last year. And we've got some guys coming back, 5 of them that we had one that didn't play this summer. He was out with an injury. But we're hoping to get them all back and work toward a better 2018.
And that JV team was pretty good itself.
They were pretty good, yes, sir. We had a really good 9th grade team. Our JV team was okay, and we've got some pieces that are coming in from that team. So,
all right, Coach Will Copeland, our guest this morning, and the alumni game is tonight, and that starts with the ladies at 5:30, the men at 7. The little guys will participate at halftime of the men's game, and I just know from my grandson Zach. He's all about basketball, and that T-shirt was a crowning jewel yesterday.
Yes, sir. We tried to make it important to them and let them have a good time and give them a T-shirt and let them come out tonight and hopefully can show what they've learned this week. And like I said, it's to be part of this basketball program.
All right, man. Coach Copeland, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
We have more Daybreak just ahead. We'll see you tonight for the alumni games down at Sylacauga High School. More Daybreak after this.